Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's Washington and Minnesota, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Under center for the Vikings, out comes the former Michigan State Spartan and longtime veteran Kirk Cousins. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. Able to slither by. And brought down, but not before the...
Speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice gain.
On play action, Cousins. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. K.J. Osborne, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
Brings us 3rd down and 10.
Throwing is Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out right at the 35.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the 1st down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key 1st down.
On 2nd down, Cook. Cook with a 1st down and much more. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now Cousins. Flushed out right. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no actual yardage there on the catch. It's 2nd down. Play fake. Cousins. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 34 yards. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Here's Carter now on the return. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll be led out by the man from Old Dominion, the former Monarch, at quarterback Taylor Heineke. Heineke's throw taken in by Samuel. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, 82 yards. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. extra point by Sly is up and good, and that will... Higher score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They start the drive with Cook. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Eluding the pressure right. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one. Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Here's Carter now on the return. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. First down, Heineke. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Taking a shot for Samuel. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. To throw is Heineke. A bullet throw, but incomplete. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
At the 17-yard line.
Working out of the gun. Cousins. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. DeAndre Carter back deep. Ooh, with a juke. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Here's Heineke. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep your defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now to this point. Escaping the pressure right. He'll find Smith-Marset complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Looking left sideline, incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incomplete, that's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's polished off by a Viking score. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Here's Carter now on the return. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to someone else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try to hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here in this first half. They go play action. Cousins sliding out of the pocket, letting one go deep for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. So wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Cousins gives way to Cook. Shoves him aside. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Handoff comes to Cook. Bulldozes past him. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. KJ Osborne taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota.
And partner, in all of our talks with head coaches, they talk about having multiple 2-point plays ready in today's NFL. They may have to go to an alternate one now after that penalty.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. That time a 6-play drive, and in the end it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter, and they're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's 2 sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion. Anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. 3rd and short yardage, Heineke. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. Boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out and start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Here's Carter now on the return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they will not really have time to do much of anything. 15 seconds, all that remains before halftime. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Washington.
So we've come to halftime, an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Here's Carter now on the return. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half, so where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out, take pride in your work and try and put something together here in the second half.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now Heineke. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Harrison Smith on the safety blitz, able to get the sack. So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Heineke under pressure, and they got to him again. Daniil Hunter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now after the sack, Heineke and the Washington offense going to face a tough 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Heineke. And this one is incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Off the play fake, Cousins out to his left. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. And even 20 yards for Dalvin Cook. And this Viking offense is running away with this one.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball, too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now Heineke. Over the middle, it's Thomas. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. looking to throw. Heineke. Hard throw, incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
After another impressive run, the question has to be asked, how do you slow these guys down running the football? I think they're going to try and get more people to the point of attack, try and get more people to the line of scrimmage, almost use a variety of run blitzes in order to try and get it done. Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
From the red zone now, Cousins. Open man here is Conklin. Running right through him. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 2nd down, it's Cook, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 106 yards on the ground for him so far. Now Cousins. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And does Washington have it? They do.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's a give to Gibson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Yeah, that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
A gain of 21 yards. And the Washington first down.
Heineke now from the 50. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. On 2nd and 10, Heineke. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll throw again, Heineke. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
A second down throw for Heineke. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
On 3rd down, Heineke. That's caught. It's DeAndre Carter. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 25-yard line.
First down, Washington.
Throwing, Heineke. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
On second down, here's Heineke again. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm, incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Heineke again. A throw left side caught here by the tight end Bates. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. They give it off here to the tight end. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, Heineke. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. Heineke to throw it. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. It's a safety blitz and a sack for Earl Thomas. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
And his kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point, or in this case, a field goal.
And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And out now come the Vikings. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. On play action, Cousins on the move to his left. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And now they're in the hurry-up. Cousins here to throw. He'll buy some time right. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.